Hello everyone, it's Sir John here and welcome to online class. Alright, so are you there? Please have your time to set up your devices for our class for today. So welcome to the online discussion for living in the IT era. Today we are going to have a very important and very timely and relevant conversation about your life as Gen Z because most of the students here are Generation Zs. Okay, so how are you, my dear students? You can comment down your thoughts in the comment section. How are you? I hope that you are doing great there in your respective places and you have a very good internet connection. I just hope that you have a very good internet connection. So for now, you can prepare your important things like notebook, ball pen, pencil, okay, so that you can take down notes while we are going to have our discussion on topic for today. So for recap, okay, last time we talked about evolution of old technology, old media technology in the digital age. Well, we know that in the present time, there's a lot of adjustments that is happening around us. And one that adjusts is the traditional media. Let's say, for example, the newspaper. Okay, we already tackled how they adjust so that they can adapt to the change in our society. Well, of course, with the presence of the internet, okay, and the World Wide Web, which drastically change how the information is disseminated and consumed. Okay, so for your attendance, by the way, okay, the attendance will be posted via link in the comment section in the later part of our discussion. Perhaps a couple of minutes before we will end our discussion. I will just post the link there and then you can click on it. You can click it so that you can have your attendance. Okay, so today, class, we are going to talk about the influence of technology on Generation Z's media consumption and communication habits. I know that the prevalence of media, okay, in everyday life among Gen Z is very, very high. Okay, so I asked you before, okay, what's the average of your usage in social media platforms within the day, and most of you answered like 6 to 10 hours in a day. Okay, that's quite big number. Okay, with how you allocate time, imagine you have 24 hours in a day and you allocated 6 to 10 hours of that to expose yourself in the social media. So let's talk about how media consumption and communication habits, okay, is influenced by the technologies that we have. Okay, so our learning objective for today's class is for you to be able to identify and analyze at least three ways technology influences Generation Z's media consumption and communication habits. Okay, so what are those influences that you have, no, okay, with the use of this uh, media technology. Next is explain two significant effects of social media, okay, mobile technology and digital news on Gen Z's worldview using real life examples. So next is to compare and contrast Generation Z's preference for new technologies versus the traditional media using the data or research. And then finally, evaluate and present the impact of social media, influencers, and mobile tech on Gen Z's daily lives and mental health with supporting evidence. Okay, so actually, class, this unit is good for 2 hours. However, for our online class, we only have 1 hour. So we'll chunk, we'll divide this unit into two. Okay, we are just going to have a discussion on the first part of the unit, and then the continuation will be held on our face-to-face class. Okay, so before we'll proceed to our discussion, I have prepared here a game. Okay, are you up for the game? Okay, this game is called Guess the Logo. Okay, guess the logo. This is just very simple. You just have to guess what logo is being displayed on the screen. I know that you are very good at this because most of the logos here were the commonly used, okay, media platforms, social media platforms that we have in the present time. Okay, so I will just give you perhaps 3 seconds to think before I reveal the answer. You can comment down there in the comment section your in the live portion, okay, of the comment section, your answer. Okay, you can comment down your answer. So first logo is this one. What logo is that? All right, so that is a Snapchat. Okay, next, what is this logo? Okay, this is Kwashu. Okay, Kaishu, or how do we pronounce this? Next logo, this logo is, okay, very good. That is X, formerly Twitter. Okay, next, this one, very simple. This is Reddit. Next logo, very easy. This is Pinterest. Okay, how about this? This is Facebook, of course. This one, this is YouTube. Next logo, what is this logo? Okay, that is WeChat. Next, very easy, Instagram. How about this? That is WhatsApp. Next, that is TikTok. This one, that is, yes, that's Facebook Messenger. And this one, this is Telegram. Okay, this one, okay, that is LinkedIn. Okay, so do you got the correct answers? I think that's 10 in all. Can you comment down your scores? You got 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Okay, so that's good. Okay, very good indicator, no, that you are really exposed into this platform since this is the widely used platform around the world. Okay, so let's proceed to our discussion. Okay, again, our topic is on the influence of technology on Generation Z's media consumption and communication habits. Now let's have a review about the Gen Z. Okay, we have mentioned it uh, on the previous discussion, no? The concept about the Gen Z. They are uh, very into technology. Okay, they are already exposed into digital technologies. Okay, from the birth. I mean, from their young age until this present time. When we say Gen Z, they are the first generation, okay, to grow up fully immersed in the digital age. Okay, they have seen technology evolve at an unprecedented rate, meaning they have witnessed the fast evolution of technology with a unique blend of new and old technologies shaping their experience in everyday life. Because we have mentioned it on our previous discussion that um, in the present time we can see now that there is this blending of the traditional or the old technologies and new technologies. That is for the traditional ones to to survive and to adapt to the changing society, changing environment. Okay, this generation navigates a world where communication, entertainment, and information are constantly at their fingertips. So, information is already present anytime and anywhere. We just need to scan, okay, in the different platforms that we have to our devices, cell phones or laptops, so that we can have updates. Okay, we can check on information. Social media platforms, mobile technology, and digital news have become central to how they consume content and connect with the broader world. And then by exploring the relationship between Generation Z and technology, we gain a valuable insight into how these innovations are influencing their worldview, behaviors, and the future of communication. Okay, in this discussion, let us explore how the modern technology impacts the lives of Generation Z. Okay, so that is you if you are Gen Z. Okay, highlighting your role, okay, the role of the Gen Z in its development, okay, how they engage with the content, and as well as the positive and negative effects of these platforms that might somehow affect your mental health and societal perspective. Because whether we like it or not, we are being influenced by what we expose to ourselves with. Okay, so let's proceed. All right, so let's talk about new technologies, old technologies, and Generation Z. How does that three terms correlate with each other? When we say Gen Z, they are born between 1997 and 2012. Okay, again, they are the first generation to grow up fully immersed in the digital world. Unlike the previous generation, the millennials, which we discussed in the past lessons, who experienced the gradual rise of technology, the Gen Z has witnessed its rapid evolution. With the internet present, okay, social media and mobile devices at their fingertips, this generation is defined by its seamless interaction with both the new and the traditional technologies. Okay, so Gen Z is deeply connected to new technologies, okay, such as social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And for some, they are exposed to innovations, emerging technologies such as AR and VR and artificial intelligence. Okay, so that's very evident because even in the class, okay, even inside the school, we tend to use these platforms like TikTok and Facebook mostly in the Philippines. Now, these technologies not only serve as entertainment but also as a tool for communication, education, and activism, making their work done more efficiently and effectively. This is very good for us since through this platform, we can express ourselves, we can express opinion, we can share sides, we can fight whatever we want to fight through active call in the social media platforms. Okay, that's activism, right? So, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad as long as we know how to put limit. Okay, we know how to respect other viewers because we are not alone in that platform. Okay, again, sensitivity and tolerance is very important as we use these platforms. Okay, let's consider what others may feel if we share a certain information or if we give feedback to a certain information. Okay, I know that Gen Zs are very expressive. Gen Zs has a lot of ideas in mind. Okay, you are very creative. So you can express your creativity through content creation, okay, through these social media platforms. So you can be a content creator actually. You can do that. Okay, pwede ramahin mong content creator that's open to all. There's no such rule or there's no such standard to become a content creator. You can just do that. Okay, that's uh, the social the social media platforms. That's the digital technology that we have right now. It's very um, user friendly. Okay, it's open to all. Okay, so we'll talk about the role of older technologies. While newer technologies dominate, the older media like television, radio, print, like newspaper, magazines, they still play a role in how Gen Z consumes information. Okay, we have mentioned it in our previous discussion that these uh, tools provide us with curated content. Okay, more reliable content compared to the digital ones. Since in the digital one, we can find fake news, okay, and unproven claims, okay, na sa digital media platforms. Now, going back to traditional platforms, it provide in-depth content that digital platforms often lack, particularly in areas like news and long-form entertainment. However, according to Deloitte Insight, this is a study, a survey, okay, in 2022. Okay, this survey is conducted on Gen Z, okay, under the age of 14 to 19 in that year. The author found out that around 50% gets their daily news from social media feeds or messaging services, while only 40% rely on search engines. So basically, that's very evident. Even right now, no, we commonly get the news from the social media platforms. Okay, kahibaw ta nga walay klase because it's posted there. Nag-post si mayor, nag-post ang school, okay, sa Facebook account nila, Facebook pages. So this is already proven in a certain study, in a certain survey, that mostly Gen Z find their daily news in the social media feeds. Okay, rather than searching this in the search engines. And this signals a clear preference for digital and social formats over the traditional source like TV or prints. Okay, that's very challenging, no? Knowing that that made us realize that it's not very easy for the owners of or the one that's handling the traditional media platforms like newspaper, radio, and television because they need to adapt according to the preference of the audience, the preference of the user of these platforms so that they can still survive. Okay, so how do Gen Z balance the old and new technology? Okay, do they balance it well? Okay, from what we have read from that study that I have mentioned earlier, that data shows how Gen Z skillfully blends the new and old technologies. We can see that uh, a lot of traditional media outlets already integrated themselves in the digital media platforms, particularly the social media platforms that we have right now. Okay, and this adaptability reflects the Gen Z's ability to navigate multiple platforms, allowing them to access a diverse range of content. However, considerations pertaining to fact checking is at hand since misinformation is very rampant in the new age. Okay, I have mentioned it earlier. Uh, I think none of you is hilig pa maggamit og kanang newspaper or radio, okay, or television. Kasagaran na jud na nasa internet, na nasa Facebook, na nasa Instagram. Okay? And that's why we get most of our news, most of the information there. And um, what finds it good is that um, you are very skillful in, looking for information, okay, looking for information that are reliable in the social media platforms. Okay, there you can find perhaps the mayor, the school itself. Pwede mahimong source nimo as of the information. Okay, you need to know as well the validity of the information that you get. Okay, I believe nga anad mo diha because you are born and raised with these tools. Okay, you are supposedly aware of that. Okay, next. Let's talk about the Gen Z and the news. Okay, Generation Z's approach to news consumption marks a stark departure from the previous generation. Having grown up in a digital world, they turn to online platforms such as social media apps, okay, and websites rather than traditional sources like newspapers and television. This shift has profound implication for how news is shared, consumed, and understood by the younger generation. Okay. Nga naman, though mas paspas siya, okay, it somehow creates confusion because, let's say for example, in Facebook, there's a lot of content creators already. And always note that each of the content creator has their own view, has their own perspective, has their own belief, okay, has their own stand about a certain issue. Just like with the latest issue that we have right now, the flood control. Okay, there are some of individuals that are still supporting the uh, nepo babies. They said that they are not the ones that created the crime. Okay, they are their parents. And then some also are bashing them because they are involved since they are the one that's using the money. Okay, so we have different views, opinions on that. Okay, so that's the challenge when we get news, when we consume news information in the social media platforms right now. Okay, since we need to use our critical thinking skills, our ability to weigh, okay, kung unsa jud ang sakto o unsa ang dili. Because we cannot control each of the creators there. There's a lot of content creator already in the social media platforms right now. Okay, so now let's talk about social media as the primary news source. Do you agree to that? Well, that's very evident. Nga kasagaran na jud magsalig na kung unsay available nga information sa social media platforms. Well, social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are now the primary news source for many of the Generation Z. That's proven in a certain study that we mentioned earlier. These platforms allow real-time updates, interactive content, and diverse viewpoints. And I see no harm, I see no bad thing about that, as long as you have the capacity, you have the skill, no, to to fact check, okay, to check what information you indulge into the social media platforms. However, the speed and brevity of social media posts can lead to the spread of misinformation and superficial understanding of complex issues because it is very interactive, and with just a click pwede na nimo ma-share, and ug imo nang i-share tanan makakita anha, di ba, na ay sa ubos na portion sa imong reaction, then comment section, and then share. That allows you to give your input and at the same time share the news, the information to other users. Imo na nga pas-pas jud kayo ang pag-spread sa information. Okay. So again, it allows real-time updates and interactive content and diverse viewpoints. Okay. Well, we have mentioned it before that there is this one challenge, okay, of the traditional media platforms. Okay, and one of those challenges is the decline of revenue, right? And there's another challenge as well, class. Okay, uh, in how the news is being disseminated because many of the traditional media outlets decline. So nagkaanam na og ka wala kinsa may nanaghan, kinsa may mas nanaghan karon, kay nanaghan ang mga content creators, just random content creators, vloggers, and somehow they become the source of information. I'm not saying that that's bad to create something. I'm just saying that somehow, some way, the information that they share is becoming subjective, meaning based on their own principles. Unlike sa traditional media platform na they have their set a standard. They have standards na ilahang gi-follow before nila i-disseminate or i-spread ang information. So that's why I see that there's a decline of traditional news outlets right now. Okay, pwera lang sa mga traditional media outlets nga naka-adapt sa change. Okay, like Bohol Chronicles or Manila Times, New York Times, ABS-CBN, GMA. Okay, so mo to sila. Right, so again, these outlets remain relevant for in-depth reporting and investigative journalism. Gen Z tends to view them as outdated and less accessible compared to the instant and personalized nature of the digital media. Okay, now let's talk about the trust and credibility in the digital age. Okay, now Gen Z's news consumption is deeply influenced by their ability to filter content through algorithm and personal networks. However, this can create an echo chamber where individuals are exposed primarily to viewpoints that reinforce their beliefs. Trust in news sources is a growing concern, as Gen Z is more likely to question the credibility of information and seek alternative perspective online. We know that the information or the feeds that we have in the social media platforms are based on algorithm. When we say algorithm, it will feed you kung unsay kasagaran nimong tanawon. And when you get a certain information, okay, Gen Z tend to choose those information that is favorable to their side. And that's why somehow ang credibility of the information is affected because nag-base naman ka kung unsay favorable sa imuha nga side. And then Gen Z's engagement with news is defined by preference. Okay? Preference for immediacy, preference for interactivity. Ato ra po kaganahan sa paspas, ato kaganahan sa open nga mo-accept og kanang side nimo. Okay? And primarily through social media and digital platforms because those are platforms that we use right now. While this offers convenience and access to the diverse opinions, it also raises concerns about the accuracy and depth of information. Now, as Gen Z continues to shape the future of news consumption, understanding their habits will be crucial for ensuring that news remains reliable and trusted resources. Okay, kay it's our duty, Jod. It's our duty to check, okay, the credibility of the information that we have in the social media because again, every information there is integrated. Okay, na ay factual, na ay dili. Okay. All right. So for now, I think that's all that we will be talking for your online class. You still have approximately 30 minutes. Okay. Uh, you can consume that to fill up the link there that I will post in the comment section. Okay, I just hope now that you have understanding about the influence, okay, of social media in your life, in the life of Gen Z. It's very important that you understand how you are influenced with this platform because we control ourselves. We can we are the ones that are responsible to discipline ourselves. Dapat knowledgeable ta how we consume information na available ani nga mga resources. Again, we are very we are very swerte, okay, because we have these tools. It made our work very fast. Okay, it made the dissemination of information very fast compared sa una. Kailangan pa moadto si mama, si papa, or si lolo, si lola sa another nga balay para maminaw og balita. Kinahanglan pa moadto sa syudad para motanaw og library. Pero karon, sometimes we take it for granted nga available na siya anytime and anywhere. We are more focused on entertainment rather than having information that's very relevant nga ato ang tan-awon, especially issues connected to the government, connected to our personal development. Okay, so think of that. You can really maximize the use of digital media. Okay, na naa na to karon. So, if you have any concern, feel free to comment there in the comment section. I will try my best so that I can respond to your queries, okay, through the chats there. Again, this is Sir John. Thank you so much for coming. Please don't forget to click the link for your attendance. See you around the campus, and goodbye everyone, and God bless.